opposition coalition, they are making a big mistake, particularly with all these merger talks against Tinubu in 2027. A very big mistake. And the sad thing is that they don't even realize it. Everybody is thinking about how they will get ticket to become the coalition candidate against Tinubu in 2027. Yes, that's what everybody is focused on. So nobody is thinking about how elections are actually rigged and putting structures in place to prevent the election. How do I know this? Putting structures in place to prevent rigging an election is not something that happens after you get ticket to become candidate to run against Tinubu. That's not what happens. Putting structures in place to prevent rigging is something that must happen whether you get the ticket or whether you don't get the ticket. Now the question is this: what is it that all the opposition coalition members and potential members, what is it they have put in place to prevent rigging in 2027? I'm waiting for your answer. Yes, you're still thinking, right? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This is 2025. Before you know it, it is 2026, and it's already too late. 2 years before the next election, all of the opposition coalition members or potential members, nobody is thinking or putting structures in place to prevent rigging. Many of you come out and say, oh, if they rig, we will show them. If they rig, you will die. Oh, come on. Let's be real. So if Tinubu rigs, what are you going to do? What exactly are you going to do? Somebody has come to say, oh, Peter Obi is weak because he could not get his supporters or lead his supporters to protest to defend his vote. When I hear such things, I just laugh and smile because I refuse to cry and weep. Because it shows how naive those people are, even though they are people with years of experience. What will you achieve with that? The best thing to do is to prevent the rigging. The only thing you can do after rigging is cry. That is the only thing. Except, of course, you are able to get access to very huge cache of weapons that you can use to destabilize the country. But wait again. How many of the opposition coalition have manufacturing companies that produce weapons? Answer: zero. Oh, so they still need to depend on foreign partners, foreign countries, powerful nations to supply the weapons that they can use to destabilize Nigeria, right? Yes. Okay, so which of the powerful countries will give them the weapons to destabilize Nigeria? Answer: none. Why? Because the powerful countries are supporting Tinubu. If you have not seen it, then I don't know, naivety has caught up with you. What we need now is for opposition coalition members to realize that they have been deceived. They are focusing on the wrong thing. Forget about getting the ticket of the coalition. Forget about acting and winning single-handedly. Right now, everybody should be focused on preventing rigging in 2027. Forget who will win, forget who will not win. Personally, I am not even focused on who will win again. I am focused on making sure that there is no rigging in 2027. That's the only way to defeat Tinubu. That's the only way any opposition, whether acting individually or collectively, that's the only way they win. Preventing rigging. So let's get back to the question we started with. What is it that the opposition is doing to prevent rigging? The closest thing that we have to preventing rigging is electoral reform. How many of the opposition are strongly pushing behind electoral reform? How many? Is it a Peter Obi? Is it a Showore? Is it an Al Mustafa? Is it an Atiku? the person that is pushing the most for electoral reform is Randy Peters, and he's not even an opposition. And nobody is even, these people are not even giving him support. They are not. So the opposition is not putting structures in place to prevent rigging, and that's the closest. And I even say, even if you get the electoral reforms that you ask for, real-time, mandatory transmission of results from polling units, and then you add on top of that real-time collation and real-time presentation to Nigerians to see from the polling unit, even if you get that amended into Nigeria's Electoral Act, can you trust INEC? If Tinubu decides that he really wants to rig, you think that that will stop him? Do you trust that INEC will not come up with their glitch again? Is there a way for you to prevent that some security agencies or agents will be compromised, and then thugs will come in, do their thing, and the security agents will turn a blind eye? Do you think there's something that stops them from doing that right now? We should focus on preventing rigging. So, with or without electoral reforms, we as citizens must put structures in place to prevent rigging. Structures in place to prevent rigging. I talked about 4 of them in another video. I'll put a link to it in the description. That is what you all should focus on. Preventing rigging. Forget pursuing ticket. In fact, zero your mind that worst case scenario, you don't get the ticket. If we can prevent rigging in 2027, even if you bring a goat to run against Tinubu, the goat will win. If we can prevent rigging. So that should be our number 1 priority. How do we prevent rigging?